Spiking or throws on the head, neck, or the spine.
Representing the Philippines, Carlo the Bull Bumina Ang.
One Championship, the world's largest martial arts organization, is being broadcast live in over 190 countries. Join the conversation on X, please, the hashtag #1 Fight Night 24. Well, here is the undefeated Carlo Bumina Ang, who, Mitch, he is a bit of a late starter in the world of mixed martial arts. He started training MMA in his mid-20s, but he likes to get things done in quick fashion, including 4 first-round finishes.
Yeah, Bumina Ang has an incredible story, Ray. Back in 2018, he was selling bananas in the Baguio market. He enrolled himself as a student in the local martial arts gym. Now, this local gym was Team Lakay. More world champions have come out of Team Lakay than any other gym in all of Asia. And this young man, fast forward his career in 6 years, has been putting in the work. Went undefeated in one Friday fights, and he did it through power striking and taking people down and beating them up. Here tonight, he's gonna want to lean on that striking. He needs to put that jab out there, keep a little bit of space from Enkh Orgil, utilize those big wushu-style kicks, and find his finish.
It is the undefeated Filipino, Carlo Bumina Ang, looking to remain perfect in his mixed martial arts career.
From Mongolia, Enkh Orgil, the Tormentor, Attacker.
It is the number 5 ranked contender from Mongolia, Enkh Orgil Bataru. The Road to One Mongolia winner picked up a $50,000 bonus last year with a submission over General Mark Sangiao. And Mitch, this guy is as tough as they come.
Oh, he's a grinder who likes to smother his opponents. He likes to get inside that clinch and utilize dirty boxing. Just grab the head and beat them up and eventually drag them down to the mat and then look for the finish. He also was a late bloomer. Made his debut at just 28 years old, and he quickly shot up the ranks and became one of Mongolia's top fighters under the tutelage of that man right there, Jadamba, the former one featherweight world champion. Couldn't ask for more as a coach than having Jadamba in your corner. And Jadamba told me about Enkh Orgil that in the clinch is going to be where he's going to want to be. He's going to want to be inside that clinch, utilizing that dirty boxing, sending knees up the middle, avoid giving Bumina Ang too much space. Eventually try to get this thing to the ground and set up heavy ground and pound.
Enkh Orgil Bataru, 4 of his last 5 wins have come by way of finish. Getting set for his matchup tonight here at 1 Fight Night 24. Once again, here is Dom Lau.
Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 5-minute rounds of bantamweight MMA. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Herb Dean. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, training out of Team Lakay, holding an MMA record of 6-0 with an impressive 5 finishes. Representing the Philippines, Carlo the Bull Bumina Ang. And introducing his opponent out of the red corner, he is the number 5 bantamweight MMA contender, training out of Team Tunga, holding an MMA record of 10-3. representing Mongolia, Enkh Orgil, the Tormentor, Tucker.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will keep it clean. Touch gloves. Let's do it.
Referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Judge.
Enkh Orgil Bataru.
Judge.
Wanting to defend his number 5 contender ranking as he deals with Carlo Bumina Ang, who is undefeated. Every fight on this card represents the highest levels in the world. We have begun our opening round. There's a kick to the body by Bumina Ang.
Bumina Ang is a slick southpaw striker, especially working with all those guys out there at Team Lakai. He has a little bit of different style, not quite so wushu based, a little bit more kickboxing. You can see that from the switches, little twitches of that hip to set up that big left roundhouse kick, nice left hand down the middle. Ooh, he enters into the clinch. This is exactly where Enkh Orgil wants to be. Bataru, good knee to the body by both guys as they pummel inside, looking for that dominant position inside the clinch.
A sharp elbow on the inside by Bumina Ang. Typically, Mitch, this is the kind of positioning that Bataru likes to be in. He likes to be in the clinch and try to take you down. They both now in a scramble, looking to take the back is Enkh Orgil Bataru, but now he gets his back taken from Bumina Ang.
Yeah, that was a nice little switch right there. Enkh Orgil kind of made a mistake by attacking the headlock. Bumina Ang was able to pop out the side, but now Enkh Orgil Bataru is attacking the Kimura on the right arm of Bumina Ang. Going to be hard to finish this, but he is going to be able to use it to kind of reverse this position. He's very strong. He can try to throw him or sweep him. Look for a reverse of this position here. As he rolls through, still ends up on bottom, transitions well to possible armbar, but Bumina Ang was wise to it, defends very well.
Very good scramble. Bumina Ang not allowing himself to get into danger, as 2 minutes have now elapsed in the first round.
Good frames on the hands, on the controlling the biceps now for Bumina Ang as he's pressing Bataru up against the ropes. Good knee to separate from Bumina Ang.
Bumina Ang very relaxed in there against Bataru.
He has composure beyond his years, and I just think that's because of the level of the training partners that he's had. You know, he's watched all those guys, you know, formerly of Team Lakai, like Foley Yang and Belingon and King Ad and Pashiao, who are now, they moved gyms, but he grew up with those guys in his career, and he got to see exactly what it takes to become a champion. And he's, you know, utilizing all those skills, especially mentally, right? And that's one thing that Bataru spoke about, is utilizing that strength, that mental fortitude. And that's something he's been focused on here. Let's see if he can throw the switch and start to put some offense together.
Well, Bataru has now gone to southpaw. He's been switching stances. Body kick there by Bataru. We heard it here at our broadcast position.
That was a nice shot. Now he's back inside the clinch. Needs to be a little more aggressive. Earn some respect. Land some power shots. Try to separate the hands. Land a quick elbow. Bumina Ang looking to press him up against the corner.
Some knees being delivered on the inside from Bataru.
Yeah, this is Bataru's game, man. He loves this clinch position, loves to wear people down, drops down, attacks the double. Let's see if he can get his hands locked. He switches to a single leg, pulls out the support, almost takes Bumina Ang outside the ring.
Herb Dean will decision them once again.
And fight.
And they continue as we are nearing the 1 minute mark in the first round. And this is a position, Mitch, in which Bumina Ang does not want to be in, because Bataru, especially when it comes to a grappling and wrestling standpoint, is so tough.
Yeah, you know, Bumina Ang needs to get some whizzers. He needs to get control of that side, because the Tormentor is just working his way into a more dominant position. Good knee to the head. This is where Baktaru lives and breathes. He loves this clinch position, and it just wears you out, Ray. Bumina Ang needs to do something here. Needs to take that right arm and swing it around so he can go chest to chest and start some defense or start some offense in his favor.
Well, as Baktaru was making his way to the ring here at One Fight Night 24, you talked about the fact that Baktaru is a grinder, and it is so evident here with his approach as he is looking to physically and mentally wear out Bumina Ang.
Yeah, he smothers his opponents. He takes him into deep water, and he knows that, you know, he can last longer than you, and he believes in that fact that he can hold his breath underwater, you know, longer than you can, and he tries to drown you out there.
Stop.
Round one in the books.
Good start for Bumina Ang, but you can see that the tormentor started to come on there later in the minutes.
One Championship returns to the U.S. on September 6th with One 168 Denver, featuring Jonathan Haggerty versus Super League, Kane Rotolo versus Mikey Musumeci, Liam Harrison, John Lineker, and more. Limited lower bowl seats are still available. Get your tickets now by scanning the QR code shown on the screen. And my goodness, I cannot wait for that one. Unfortunately, as Steph is still rehabbing from knee surgery, her strawweight MMA World Title challenge against Zhang Jingnang will no longer take place at 168 Denver. We wish Steph a speedy recovery and look forward to seeing her back in the circle soon. I cannot wait for 168 in Denver, Mitch.
Oh, I can't wait for Denver, but right now, I am very enthralled in this mixed martial arts contest between Baktaru and Bumina Ang. Bumina Ang, let's see if he can turn this thing around, because that was a good end to the 5 minutes for Baktaru.
One for Bumina Ang, this is without question, Mitch, the biggest and toughest opponent of his career.
Yeah, he's been doing well on One Friday Fights, but this is definitely a step up in competition. You know, when you make it to the big show, One Championship only accepts the best of the best. And so he's putting his debut in there against the number 5 ranked guy. So this is a stern test for Bumina Ang. Let's see how he handles it here.
Well, he was relaxed when Baktaru went for the submission attempt, and he misses a kick there, almost slipped. But Baktaru still putting that forward pressure.
Yeah, Bumina Ang's only been the distance one time on One Friday Fights. Every single other fight, he's got
that was Baktaru
in the first round, latest the second. He's a finisher. He's being tested here today. Let's see how he handles this pressure. Here comes Baktaru looking to close that distance. I'd like to see Bumina Ang land some short-range shots. Nice roll through right there to end up in a dominant position. Now he's pressing the action.
Baktaru coming forward. Bumina Ang with an 83% finish rate. And Baktaru an elbow on the inside, followed by a right uppercut.
Man, Baktaru just looks like he is chiseled out.
Oh, there's a left that wobbled Baktaru.
Nice left hand. He needs to keep that pressure, keep that space eliminated. Do not give Bumina Ang the distance to land those big shots. But when he enters that pocket, he needs to stay tight.
And they separate. Baktaru ate a left, compliments of Bumina Ang.
That was tricky. Evaded the low kick by lifting his leg up. And as Bumina Ang spun around, he caught him with a short shot.
Bumina Ang and Baktaru both have their chins tested here in this matchup.
Yeah, testing the beards of one another. And Baktaru's got a better beard, at least aesthetic.
Well, yes, no question about it, but both men have been able to absorb the other's big power shot. We are nearing the midway point of the second round. Mitch, so far, who would you give the advantage to?
I think Bumina Ang. I think he's doing well in the aggressive category, not necessarily superior striking. These guys are both landing big shots, but he's on the front foot. He's controlling the pace at which this fight is being dictated at. He's forcing Bumina Ang to back up. Drops down, changes levels, gets the double leg. That was beautiful, right? Bumina Ang needs to have a better base when he's defending that takedown.
Arm inside.
He's got the leg triangle, trying to reap him over, has him down in that turtle position.
And this is a position that Bumina Ang wants to get out of quickly, because this is without a doubt Baktaru's world. He just is relentless pressure and continues to just press the issue and try to wear you out.
Well, the last 2 victories from Bumina Ong have come via submission, so he's very talented when he's on top. When he's, the one being the attacker, right? But now he's being forced to defend.
And now the back is taken by Bataru, looking to get the rear naked choke in of Bumina Ong against Bumina Ong. And no, he lets go of it.
Good job by Bumina Ong to turn to his side, control the shoulder, because Bataru kind of went for a submission before position. He's got to make sure he establishes dominant position before he settles into that thing. I think Bumina Ong is too well versed at submission attempts. I might speak too early. I might be speaking too early, but he's very good on the ground. Look at that. Good recovery into half guard. Immediately, he turns onto the correct shoulder, and now we can start creating space. Good transition for Bataru to follow Bumina Ong around. He's got control of the neck, which allowed him to dump over like that. Good job getting the hook in.
Bataru looking to get the rear naked choke. He's been relentless in that. The left arm trying to get it underneath. The rear naked choke attempt for Bataru. Can he submit? Over Bumina Ong, who's undefeated. Can he get the finish? He's working relentlessly. Bumina Ong trying to defend it. The rear naked choke not fully in. It appears as if Bumina Ong could survive, but that is in a bad spot for Bumina Ong. Will he be able to see the 3rd round? And he will. What defense by Carlo Bumina Ong, Mitch.
Very relaxed, very composed. He hand fought when he needed to. Didn't expend a lot of energy. He didn't panic as well. That was a smart defensive strategy from Bumina Ong. But man, right as you asked me the question, who was in the lead? Oh, you could see that Bataru just surged ahead with great ground control.
And the bout is judged as a whole, so as we take a look at some of the action from the second.
Beautiful elbow inside the clinch, but look at that. Slip off to the side, counters with the left hand. There was that move right there. He was able to evade the high kick. That was beautiful, and then come around and connect. Here's Bumina Ong fighting off the strangle attempt and did a great job of defending right there. But Bataru is starting to capture some momentum and starting to roll through as we hit minute 10. Look at the bricks on the stomach of Bataru. Just an absolute plate of armor.
No question about it, Mitch, as 3rd and final round. The bout is judged as a whole, so these final 5 minutes very well could decide this matchup.
Good entry into the takedown from Bataru. Gets the single leg and easily puts Bumina Ong on his backside, and he is picking up right where he left off at the end of the second.
What do you think that does to the psyche of the undefeated Bumina Ong?
I'm sure he's been put in bad positions in training. I'm sure he's been, brought through the ringer. But at this point in time, when you're, this, deep into a match, and now he's still got 4 minutes to work, that's a little bit deflating. Especially when you're a young fighter. He's 6-0 in his career. He's been running through everybody here on One Friday Fights in this very building. It's going to be a little bit deflating, but he's got to have that urgency. He's going to have to dig deep here. Find that desire, that determination that brought him into mixed martial arts, that forced him to change his life and dig deep within himself and really put out something incredible.
Enkh Orgil Bataru has 10 wins to his credit, clamoring for win number 11. The tormentor is looking to do exactly that. He's now in half guard of Bumina Ong, and now is on the back of Bumina Ong, which is what transpired in the second, especially towards the tail end of the second round. And again, it's just that pressure in the body triangle of Bataru.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of just controlling, right, and adjusting to make sure that he stays in the position. Bumina Ong is defending very well, but Bataru is just 1 step ahead, and now he's able to fall into an arm triangle. But you can see the way Bumina Ong is kind of repositioning his arm. He knows what the next step is, but it's just he can't do anything about it because Bataru is just so strong on top. Good job to turn to his side, right? He's on the shoulder where he's supposed to be. Now he can create a little bit of space, slides one knee in, right? Fundamentals are all there for Bumina Ong, but he's just getting overwhelmed by a stronger top opponent.
Look at that top position by Bataru. Couple of short elbows in succession for Bataru. Ranked number 5 of number 5 contender rankings, and my goodness, look at that. He is starting to unload a bevy of those sharp elbows right on the right side of the head of Bumina Ong, Mitch.
Yeah, great positioning. Now he's got the arm, might be looking for an arm bar. But Bumina Ong just defending very well, able to get over. Right now he's trying to attack the leg, looking to reverse this position, works his way back up to his feet. But great use of the legs from Bataru right there to capture a leg, suck it in, force him back in to this turtle position.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the fight, as Enkh Orgil Bataru has been controlling the undefeated Filipino Carlo Bumina Ong throughout the majority of this third round. And now Bataru, once again, he was going for a submission attempt.
But Bumina Ong able to keep his arms really tight to his body, didn't get extended, right? Those Tyrannosaurus Rex arms is kind of the way your BJJ coach will kind of describe it. You want to keep everything tight to your body, and that's his fundamentals are very sound, but Bataru is just so strong. He's forcing Bumina Ong to rely on defense and not really worry about creating some kind of offense for himself.
We are now under a minute remaining in the fight. If you are Carlo Bumina Ong, Mitch, the time is now. He's got to start to come up with something significant, because you would gather he's likely down in the fight.
Yeah, if he's got some kind of explosion left in the tank, he needs that here. He needs to try to get Enkh Orgil off of him, right? But this is a bad spot right now. He turns over to his back. He's going to get his back taken. And Bumina Ong is going to get beat up here, because Bataru just tries to empty the tank here in the last 25 seconds and tries to get a stoppage here at the bell.
And now, once again, draped on the back of Bumina Ong is Bataru. He was trying to get that finish when he was on top. Now he's in the half guard. Final moments of the fight. Enkh Orgil got Bataru, the arm triangle choke, trying to get in, solidify. Can Bataru finish off Bumina Ong, or will we go to the scorecards? And we will. Well, Bumina Ong, wait a minute. The bell sounds, and we will likely go to the scorecard. So it was only moments away, Mitch, that it seemed like Bataru was close to finishing off Bumina Ong.
It was very close. We saw Herb Dean wave his arms. Let's wait for the official decision, but I do believe that he was still conscious at the end of the thing, but he's out. Was he out? He could be out, Ray. Right there, the arm went limp, and that was before the bell, I do believe. I think Enkh Orgil got a submission at the end.
What a performance, if that is truly the case. We're awaiting official word at 4:59, literally 1 second to go, if that is truly the case. Well, we are all awaiting. It would, from our standpoint, we thought that Bumina Ong was able to survive until the end of the bell in the third round. For the official particulars, here is Dom Lau.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Herb Dean, had called a stop to this contest after 4 minutes and 59 seconds in the third and final round. For your winner, by way of arm triangle choke, Enkh Orgil Bataru.
What a performance for Enkh Orgil Bataru, submitting Carlo Bumina Ong with 1 second to go, Mitch.
You cannot be saved by the bell. And that was a tremendous performance right there from Enkh Orgil to get the submission in the last seconds of that fight. Very impressive, defending the number 5 spot.
Wow, that is a way to finish in impressive fashion.